What's going on, fellas? What's going on? This is IAMYoungBlackMan coming back at y'all with another video. I greet y'all peace, prosperity, and many blessings. Hope that everybody's having a successful and prosperous week or weekend, depending on when you see this video. Um, Usually we try to hit notes that we talk about life in general. I think a lot of times I hear a lot of videos talking about critical thinking and so forth, but I have yet to do one on this one, so I want to do this one. What to do when you don't know what to do. Let me say that again. What to do when you don't know what to do. That could be life, and that's a perspective that I'm using in. That could be more specifically what's going on in a relationship, or the beginning of a relationship, or it could be when you think academic success, or it could be family issues, or it could be just life in general, or making a major transition in life. What to do when you don't know what to do. We as black men have to deal with so many things, and then we have to go by society, by people looking at us a certain way and portraying us a certain way. At a lot of times we're fugitive, even in a more familiar environment or home setting, and a fugitive when we step outside. A lot of times it's been set up for us, and not saying we using that to justify, or simplifying why certain things might not work. I believe in just hustling and being the best you can be. But ultimately, it gets tiring, it gets exhausting when sometimes you can't even find a peace of mind at home or abroad. And it seems like a lot of times a lot of pressure within just life in general, not even from an oppressive standpoint, but just living life in general on a daily basis. There's so many things happening, and sometimes you don't know what to do. It could be for that brother who's going through the beginning stage of a relationship, and spending time, with a sister, and he thinking she the one, and all of a sudden she, for no apparent reason, maybe because people say he was too much of a nice guy, she ghosts him, or it just seemed like he's just having a hard time trying to figure out, what's the best route, or it could be for that young brother who's starting college but didn't have a father growing up, and he really don't know how to, to accurately go through the process of now transition to a great point in his life. He needs some fatherly advice, or just want somebody there to kind of provide him that comfort, that sense of mind, that advice and wisdom on how he must carry himself, how he must do certain things he needs to do. For others, it might be that brother who finished college and starting a new job in a new city, and is new to the city and don't really know what to do, trying to get acclimated but missing home. For that brother, could be who graduated high school, who graduated college, 2 year or 4 year, and now having a hard time finding a job. It could be that brother who's legitimately now in the process of married, and never seen a man and a woman a happy relationship. Maybe his father and his mom didn't get together, or his father wasn't in the household, but he didn't see his grandfather and his grandma, or his uncle and his auntie on a cohesive unit. So he doesn't have a model or an example to model his marriage out of. Or maybe, you found out your girlfriend or wife's pregnant. Now you don't know what to do. But be a father for the first time ever, but you didn't have nobody to see what a real father, real man, how he behaves, how he raises his son, how he raises his seed ultimately. And again, you might not know what to do, and you might be very difficult. Some of those situations I've dealt with, some of those situations I have not dealt with. Within each and every one of those situations, I did one of two things. Ultimately, I did one of two things. The first thing that I did was I stopped and I looked at my life critically. I didn't stop, meaning that you can't stop life. Life will go on ultimately forever, and time stops for no man. And sure enough, that clock is always ticking. Them seconds is always, even as we sit up here, I'm looking on the left hand corner at the clock, tell me how long I've been doing this video. It will not stop. Society would keep running. Even if I stood still today, people would still be running, moving around me, because life does not. That's the one thing that is a constant. That's one thing that is a guarantee. Life does not stop. So what I would do is, if I'm doing something and I'm going through things and I don't know what to do, at first I would take time to think critically, examine myself, examine the circumstance and the situation I'm in, and accurately, speak to the Most High. Pray and meditation for me helps. I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but that's the number one thing I'll tell you, is have a good connection with the Most High, and let Him guide your paths and your ways, and the things that you need to do. So having a good spiritual relationship with the Most High, you even starting right now praying the simple prayer, Lord God, I don't know what to do. It's coming to you asking for your help and your guidance in this situation and circumstances, and be with me each and every step of the way. That's a simple prayer. And also meditating on that prayer, getting up in the morning, thinking about that, going to bed at night, thinking about that. I saw a book of Alpha and another brother talking about the thing of young bros going to bed at night thinking of as if they have a crown on their head, knowing that there's a crown on their head, knowing that they are kings and royalty, and every single thing that they do, that they are great, that they are of value. So again, praying and meditating on positive thoughts and having a connection with the Most High. Till I stop what I'm doing, not so much as stopping, because you still got to work, still got to live, still got to eat, but just looking at things from perspective and strategizing. A lot of times what happens is we go into a situation and a circumstance and just start playing head up and get so nervous, and that we didn't strategically practice watching the Final Four. And one of the teams, I said they're gonna lose, because at the tip, what I saw happen was the point guard lost the ball and they had no game plan. Then on the next 2 or 3 possessions, he legitimately let the clock run down, and it was a shot clock violation. I said they didn't prep a plan, they didn't strategize, so they let their nerves get the best of them. And 4 minutes into the game, I knew they were going to lose for the simple fact that I saw that they had not game planned and strategized enough to be on that big of a stage. So you have to strategize and be strategic and have critical thoughts within every single thing you do. Even beforehand, I would say you have to strategize and game plan. Use situational learning. That's why Tom Brady and the Patriots are so good, because for the simple fact that they practice situational things. They practice 2-minute drills. They practice the good times, they practice the bad times, and they always are constantly researching and constantly game planning. And that's something that you also have to do. But what to do when you don't know what to do? So number one, prayer, meditation, concentrating on positive thoughts, make sure that you're strategizing and doing life correctly. Number 3 is just continuing to work. You got to continue to put your head up, never put your head down, and continue to work, even if you make a mistake, even if things don't go the way that you thought they were going to go, even if things seem complicated as they can. Always continue to just simply keep your head up and keep working, keep moving, don't stop, and just keep going. Every single thing. Dr. King said it best. He said, if you can't walk, then crawl. If you can't crawl, then slide. I don't want to get the exact term correctly, but he said, if you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do not stop moving. And that is important to me. Just keep going forward. Keep doing whatever you can to be the best that you can possibly be. And ultimately, everything will work itself out. You know, always continue to even build right now. It makes it seem like, oh man, I'm head in the situation. I don't know what to do, even for the brother who hasn't gotten himself in this situation yet. But it's knowing that at any moment that can happen to him. Put yourself around a good circle of people. Not saying that you take every single every single piece of advice that somebody gives you, but always finding a good circle of people. At my barbershop right now, the haircuts are a little bit more expensive. I know I can go somewhere and pay $5, $10 cheaper for a haircut. I've been going to that barbershop for 3 years, and I trust them brothers inside that barbershop, and I look at that as a family. Not only do we just talk about life in general, or talking about, some of the brothers talking about their dates on Saturday night or how things went. Not only we talk about dating relationship, we can sit there and talk business, we talk spirituality. We talk, what is the statues or the ideas that the Most High has for us? How can we continue to be men of God? How we can continue to be examples for the community? What is the legacy that, the late great, R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, his legacy left? How can we, do our own thing within the community to better ourselves? And again, we're just community focused and driven. And it's a good group of bros that we're not talking mess and junk about, ooh, look at her. No, we talking about, okay, ooh, what can we do for the community? What kind of event can we put on to help young brothers, so forth. So again, surround yourself with good, positive people that are about something, that are trying to achieve certain things, and that are trying to do some of the things that you're trying to do, and you can go to them and have that advice. Again, I would say it's good to find a barbershop that got, solid, like-minded brothers in there. And it took me going to 6 or 7 barbershops before I finally found the one that was right for me. And even when they moved, I still continued to go there for the simple fact that I had that bond and that connection already. We could talk and discuss anything that I need to discuss, and it was done within a family setting. You might not be able to find that immediately. It took me months to find that, but I finally found that. But what to do when you don't know what to do? Ultimately, you have to just continue to pray and meditate. Be on your best, do your best, but don't for any second at all let life get you so down that you think you're going to quit. Never quit. Never think about harming yourself. Never think about these things. Find good counseling. I say that all the time. I go to a phenomenal college campus for the simple fact that there's actually black men on staff at the particular college campus I go to that, you know, are counselors. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out, you can go there and talk to them. We have events on campus where specifically for black men on campus to talk about, you know, relationships or mental health needs. It's just an open forum where we can discuss anything we need to discuss. And get there earlier and stay around a little bit later. And there are trained counselors there, men there to help you, right? It's just find a circle that is going to help you with mental health, elevate, but also take personal care. Make sure that you're going to the gym. Make sure that if you need that counseling, need that help, make sure you find it. Make sure that you're going to having a good spiritual connection, whether it be you go to church or watch church online or just read and pray and find the Bible for yourself. You know, find, you know, somebody who's going to hold you accountable, a spiritual, pure, you know, or I call somebody who, you know, you specifically that I know people who have friends that legitimately have taken the time to as a team read the Bible throughout from the first page to the end page, holding each other accountable in life. Again, I just finished watching Devon Franklin. He talks about having a circle of an older gentleman and I think another brother who was there, and he was going through his journey of dating relationships and ultimately finding the person that was right for him. You know, he was going through his spiritual aspect when he was living a moral life and we live in an immoral society. He had somebody there to say, hey, this is difficult for me, you know, what am I doing? Holding him accountable for his actions ultimately. So again, don't ever feel like life is getting you down so much that you feel like you're just overwhelmed and can't take it anymore. Most High will never give us more than we can bear. So if you don't know what to do, you just don't quit. Don't stop. Continue to do everything that you can to be the best brother that you can. Continue to be successful. I know life is stressful, but get up every single day knowing it's a new day and a new opportunity. Find a way to do certain things. If you see what you as a financial hole, keep, you know, applying for jobs, making those connections now. You know what I'm saying? Even people don't understand, even if you're not having a rainy day right now, prep and plan as if you are having a rainy day. Do you really need those $50, $100 pair of shoes? When you go in that, do you have your own business cards? When you see a brother that has good sense, or you see a sister that has good sense, they're a business owner, or you know, you're at a major event somewhere, do you have a business card that you can pass out? That you can ultimately may be the connection to find your next great job or your next great event or your next great whatever it might be. You know, are you following your goals and your dreams? Are you taking personal care in? Again, when you get to that point of just not knowing what to do, even as you're moving, King Los had a line where he was like, you know, I still see life and it's moving, but it's still, he was like moving, but still being still, be grounded in your masculine energy. Be like that house that's not built on sand, but that house is built on a mountain. I believe there's a scripture in the Bible that says that house is built firm, so when a storm does come, it does not push away. So be grounded in your masculine energy. You know, watch videos online, get advice from trusted sources if you can. You know, you got family, you know, if you can rely on friends that you trust, that you can depend on, rely on. Do all those kind of things. Be grounded in your masculinity, solid in your foundation as a man. And if you think that you don't have the perfect foundation yet, or a solid foundation, as Freddie Dulles said, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. If you feel like you're in a broken place right now, just continue to just push and continue to do the things that you need to do. Get help, get training, get whatever it is that you need to get to ultimately find that safe and comfortable space that you can go to and be comfortable in. You know, a lot of bros that might be taking up a sport or activity, that might be finding the right group, that might be whatever, finding that safe space for you and your spirit. And ultimately, they'll never again let life think that it's getting you down so much that you want to quit life. Don't quit life. Life is too beautiful, too amazing. It's God's gift and blessing. He's given us this sense of being here. When we were still, I believe, in the universe before we got here and fell into skin, or when we were still just whatever way you look at how we come here, our energy does not die, it just transfers, and wherever next space that we're in right now, ultimately we have no memory or no sense of the past. Even though I do feel like sometimes things are deja vu, we have no sense of memory of the past a lot of times. So Most High has given us this gift of sense, of touch, of smell, of feel, of happiness, of joy, or even of pain sometimes, of frustration, of all these feelings. They're giving us to have the ultimate sense of what life is and to see just how precious life is. So don't ever for a second take your life for granted. Don't ever for a second feel like it's too much that you cannot take it. Find that help that you need. There's suicide hotline, so many different things that if you need that help, is there. If it's not even that deep, what you're saying, not even contemplating suicide, just frustrated or just scared or just have anxiety, there's so many outlets, right? So many things you do. Uncle Ron Will, so many great men on YouTube that are preaching masculinity and that offer coaching, that offer life coaching and training and so many things. It's so many opportunities out there that if you need the help is out there. You just have to just find it and branch out. Even this is a resource, a safe space for brothers to talk and contemplate and figure out the things they need to do. So I thought about that. I said, what to do for brothers who don't know what to do. Again, if you're that brother who just turned 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, either going to high school, going to college or finishing college, and you need some, advice or help, these are channels of resource. Uncle Ron Will's channel, Ron Will's, simply find it. He got his own personal training. Kevin Sam, so many people on YouTube that you can go to, and find that personal help. If you don't know what to do, starting off with diet and exercise, so many great channels. Chris Jones, offers diet plans and exercise. But if you don't know what to do, but today is the day that you need to figure things out, there's so many things that you can do. If you don't know what to do, again, stand still within yourself, being grounded in your masculine energy, but continue to move, continue to work, continue to hustle, continue to do the best thing that you can do, and don't clock out and check out. Finding safe spaces, finding personal time, because again, we still need that personal relaxation, that personal healing. And if for you to take a day off instead of saying, hey, today I'm not going to go to the gym, or today I am going to go to the gym, or today I'm not going to go to the gym, just meditate, be around family and friends, take some time off, and just take that personal time. Or that personal time for you, that self-care for you is going to the barbershop, getting a haircut. That self-care, personal care for you is talking to somebody, going to the gym, whatever it is. Continue to just be the best that you can possibly be. Continue to not stop. Continue to live a godly lifestyle. Continue to be connected to the ultimate source, who is the Most High. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm telling you. That's helped me in my life. I've been in many dark spaces in time. I've dealt with so many things, so many issues, but the way I've gotten out of it each and every time, and ultimately life has never gotten to the point where it's just weighed so much on me that I've crumbled and broken down. And how do you know that? Because I'm here. How do you know that you've gotten to the point where even though life has been so heavy, it has never gotten you down? Because you're here. It's a quote and a saying that on the billboard that say, you got through 100% of the worst day of your life because you're here reading this sign right now. Now what do you do? And then ultimately it says you succeed, you grow, you conquer, you do the best you can, and you be the best you can. That's how you continue to move forward. But the way I did that, by just having confidence in myself, just being happy within myself, having a close connection with the Most High, finding those sources of help if I needed them, but continue to just be grounded in my masculinity, watching Ron Wills on YouTube, but it helped me significantly grow in my life, having success, being able to just find joy and happiness and peace, being able to find sincere and serenity, doing the serenity prayer, I believe it's called, is help me to have the ability to change the things I can change, but also have the power and the ability to find comfort knowing that I might not be able to change these things, to accept the things that I cannot change, or something to that effect. Again, you can Google all this stuff, but ultimately, what do you do when you don't know what to do? You do the best you can, and you continue to move forward. And yesterday, if it was a bad day, you got through 100% of that bad day because you got up today. And guess what's going to happen? You continue to move and continue to hustle and be great and do the right thing and be on the right path and not turn down the wrong path and do the wrong things. Continue to be on the righteous path or in the right path. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get up tomorrow and be a little bit more stronger and be a little bit more clearer mentally and perfect headspace. And you're going to get up the next day and you're going to continue to do it again. And each and every day you're coming up with a decent strategy plan. And you're having that positive energy around you. And the power of positive thinking will continue to attract positive things towards you, and you begin to see, once you have a close connection with the Most High begin to open up doors for you that you never saw coming, begin to get job opportunities, begin to meet people, begin to discover new things, begin to have that peace within yourself, begin to have that confidence. Even if you're going through a situation with a family or friends or a new child or a new relationship, you begin to have that confidence in yourself that it does work out well ultimately in the end, that everything was meant for your good, everything was meant for your betterment. And if you see something's not working out, you're man enough to say, hey, let me figure out what I can do now to make it better, to make it prosperous, to have a healthy outcome, a positive outcome, a peaceful outcome, the right outcome, the righteous outcome in every situation that I do. And begin just to be the man and the father and the person that the Most High has created me to be, Because ultimately, whether I had that example or not, still he created me to be an individual, created me in his likeness, but created me to ultimately be an individual. So I had to find that individual path that's for me. And when you do those things, I promise your life will be better. If y'all need any help, all times channels a safe space. Again, I can at least maybe not be able to find that exact thing, but can point you in the right direction of some people that might be able to do that. Peace and blessing each and every one of y'all. This is IAMYoungBlackMan with another video. Continue to be successful, continue to be great. And I wish y'all nothing like Uncle Rom said, but peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. Continue to grow and be successful, and continue to grow, succeed, excel, and continue to take confident peace in knowing that you are connected to the Most High. On to the next one.